everyone, and welcome to episode number 79 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit, and where I get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It is Saturday, September 11th, 2021, and we have a beautiful looking summer day out here, late summer, early fall day. A few little puffy white clouds out there. I haven't been outside today, but it looks gorgeous. I've had the windows open and it seems like the temperature is gorgeous. And I'll explain the not being outside part in a little bit. So I'll start out showing you my work in progress. And I've got a lot of progress done on this in the past week. I've got a lot more than I expected I would get done over this past week, and I'm really pleased with that. So this is I've been monogamous this week. I've only worked on my Damejakka Loppa. So this is a cardigan sweater by Peniguri, and I'm making some fantastic progress. I have finished, the first sleeve is done. If I show you it from this side, oops, getting it all tangled up there. Where the red marker is, here, that's how far I was when I showed you this last week. So I had this sleeve about almost half to 2/3 done, had a good chunk of it done, but I've made it all the way through the sleeve. The green marker is showing where I started to do the decreasing at a faster rate, and the orange marker here is just showing where the ribbing starts, so I know I had that as a mark for doing the measurement on there. So one sleeve is done, and I'm thrilled to have the first sleeve done, and I'm making decent progress on the second sleeve. I'm ready to do I'm ready to do the 6th decrease or pair of decreases along the inside of the arm, and I need to get to the length I've done it. I went down to 16 decreases, or 16 pair of decreases. So I've got 6, so I've only got 10 left to go. It's getting faster every however many rounds it is before I start doing the decreasing. There's getting to be fewer stitches every repeat. So the sleeve goes faster and faster. So I'm really hoping to get some more progress done on this in the upcoming week. Looks like it's got a funky bump here, but that'll even out with blocking. Oh yeah, it's on both sleeves, so it'll even out with blocking. So I'm really excited. I've got finished one sleeve, then I need to do the button band down the front. I don't have buttons for this yet. I'm thinking I might go for a nice cobalt blue button or buttons. I haven't decided yet. I don't have them. I need to decide what size buttons I need, and I need to decide how many I need before I can finish doing all of the button decrease, or before I can do all of the button bands. I can do the one side of the band, but I need to know what size buttons I'm using before I do the buttonholes on the other side. So, oops, my ball of yarn escaped. So for this project, I'm using whole super soft yarn and in a variety of colors. And I like working with that yarn. I'm really enjoying it. Last week when I talked to you, I had told you about the Shawlography pattern that I'm planning on casting on, or hoping to cast on with the rest of the gang on the 8th of October. That plan might be changing. I don't know. We shall see. But I have ordered some yarn from Wholes for that specifically. It's on the way. I was hoping it would be here for today, but alas, it is not. I've ordered, we need 5 colors, so I have 3 purpley kind of colors, and I forget what the other 2 colors are. That's bad. I think it's like a cream and a beigey kind of color. Almond, and it'll be a surprise when it gets here exactly what colors I ordered. That's bad, isn't it? I've been on a bit of a shopping spree the past couple weeks. Yarn plus other crafting supplies, and only one of them has arrived yet, so I hope the others arrive soon. One should be here Monday, one should be here Tuesday, and I don't know when the yarn will arrive. There's no, I'm not aware of a tracking number that comes from Denmark with the yarn, so it's on the way. I think it's shipped on Monday or Tuesday, so it might be getting closer. Hopefully it's here soon, but we shall see. So that's it for my knitting content. It's been a busy week. It's been an eventful week, especially the last couple days. And let's get into a bit of a story time. As a hint, I'll tell you I started yesterday, late morning, I started isolation knitting. I'm scheduled to have surgery on my hand. The tendon release surgery on my index finger was scheduled to be on this upcoming Wednesday morning. They phoned me on Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, and we talked about all the pre-op stuff, what I can do, what I can't do, no jewelry, stop taking my multivitamins a week beforehand, continue taking my regular prescription medication, continue with that, no food or drink from midnight the night before, wear comfy clothes, who's going to be driving you home because you're going to be too dopey to drive home on your own. That's not permitted because I will be sedated. And the other thing that I had to do was 5 days before surgery, I was required to go to the lab at the local hospital here that's connected with the orthopedic surgeon's office in town here. I was required to go to the lab and get a COVID test. So went there Friday morning. On Friday was mine and my husband's 33rd wedding anniversary. So we drove down there and I thought, we'll go get the test done, then we'll go out for breakfast. And then he had to go to work for a while. I thought, well, I'll go and get some work done at home in late morning, early afternoon. And then we were going to go out for steak for supper and just for a nice treat for ourselves. So we went for I went for the COVID test. And thankfully it was not the one where they take the Q-tip and stick it half a mile up and like try to scrape your brain with it. The one that they did, I administered it myself. She explained how while the lab tech was there. And you it's like a fat Q-tip, and you put it in each nostril and you just kind of rub around all the way around the inside of your nostril, and then you go and you do the same thing on the opposite side. So it wasn't bad. I've not had to have a COVID test up until now. So it wasn't as bad. I was kind of dreading the fact that I thought they were going to be sticking a Q-tip half a mile up into my head. Thankfully, that was not the test they did. So after that was done, we went out for lunch, or not lunch, we went out for breakfast because I went and got the test done at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Got home, hubby went to work for a while. I got back home. I had a Zoom meeting that I sat in. And when the meeting was almost done, I had a notification popped up that I had a lab result from the medical practice that I go to. I've signed up with the portal so that I can log in and see my medical reports and see my lab reports when they come in and all that kind of stuff. So there was a message came through both on my phone and in email that the lab there was a lab result for me to view. So I'm like, oh, COVID test results already in. So I looked at it and I tested positive. I am fully vaccinated and have been since I had the first shot, I think the 17th of April, and the second shot the 15th of May. The dates are thereabouts. I've given out those dates a few times, so I think those are correct dates. But I had the first shot in April, the second shot in May, so I'm fully vaccinated and have been for some time. My test result was positive, which tells them that I have coronavirus. I have absolutely zero symptoms. I feel 100% fine. No fever, no sore throat, no runny nose, no headache, no anything. Zero symptoms. So I'm not 100% sure if it potentially could be a false positive and that I actually don't have COVID, but the test shows I do, or if it's just a fluke and I have I've been exposed somewhere and I've decided to get decided to pick it up and my body decided that Karen is going to get coronavirus. So since I'm vaccinated, chances are I'm going to have minimal symptoms. I have zero symptoms. I feel no different than I do any other time. I feel perfectly fine, perfectly healthy, zero symptoms of any sort. So within an hour of when I got the test result, I got a call from the orthopedic surgeon's office telling me that my surgery has been postponed because they won't do it when I'm sick. So they rescheduled my surgery for 2 weeks from Wednesday. So I'm scheduled to go in and have the surgery on my index finger on the 29th of September. Not the 15th, the 29th. And I need to go in 5 days beforehand. I need to go in on Friday the 24th and have another COVID test. I don't know what happens if that comes back positive again, if I'm going to be delayed another 2 weeks, or I don't know. We will find, stay tuned, we will find out in another 2 weeks. So they rescheduled everything from the orthopedic office, and they said that, or from the surgical center, and then they said that I would be getting a call later in the afternoon from the orthopedic office to reschedule my follow-up appointment, because my follow-up appointment now is only going to be 5 or so days after the new surgery date. But I also have to go in for a pre-op visit, not over the phone, but I have to go in because they have it set that you have to go in within 30 days prior to your surgery date. So I went for my initial appointment is beyond 30 days from my new surgery date. So I have to go back in and fill out the consent form and all of that. So I have to go do that again. So they're going to do the test on the 24th. If all is good, then I have an appointment first thing in the morning on Monday the 27th to have the pre-op consult. Then hopefully everything's fine on the 24th. And then I will go on the 29th for surgery. And then I go back, I forget what date it is, in October to get the stitches out. This is not how I plan things to work. And on top of this all, because I tested positive, I am required to isolate for 10 days, minimum of 10 days. So I'm at home alone. The hubby was at work, so I phoned him as soon as I found out and let him know. He went to the urgent care center and got himself a COVID test. His results came back in the middle of the night, that they weren't there by bedtime. He let me know he got his results, like he checked it. He woke up at 2 or 3 in the morning, checked his results, they were in. He's negative. So he does not have COVID, thank goodness. So he's moved out of the apartment for the next 10 days. Last night he went and just got a room at a hotel for the night. It's not too far from where we live, but they didn't have a room open for tonight. So he decided what he was going to do for the next 12 hours. He was going to just get himself an air mattress and just camp out at the church on an air mattress, which I'm thinking that's kind of roughing it because there's no shower there. I'm teasing he's going to have to take the garden hose out around the back of the building for a shower. But so I was chatting with him earlier this afternoon, and one of the members of the church has an air mattress that he can borrow, so he doesn't have to go and buy a new air mattress. He did have to go, well, he didn't have to, but he opted to do so. He went to Walmart and picked up like a pair of sweatpants, and he went and got like a little miniature wardrobe. He went and got himself some new socks, underwear, an extra pair of pants, sweatpants, and a shirt for pajamas, whatever other little things he needed, because he thought it was easier to do that than for me to go rooting through the closet and pick and choose stuff for him, because we wanted to make sure that we completely respect the keep Karen isolated thing. So last night he brought a bit for supper. He picked up some supper for me, and he just put the bag on outside our apartment door and knocked on the door, and by the time I got to the door he was already halfway down the stairs and getting away already. So he'll be staying at the church tonight, and then starting tomorrow night there's a couple from the church that have volunteered to house him, and to keep him at their house for the next 10 days, 9 days now. And then I had to I emailed my boss at work to say, okay, I've tested positive, what do I do now? Because I'm supposed to quarantine or self-isolate. And obviously I can't be teaching a class face-to-face. I cannot be in the classroom. So he said, okay, I've done what I need to do. I notified him, and then he notified the proper people for contact tracing at the university, and he said they will be in touch with you. So they've cleared me. I can come out of isolation on the 21st of September. So my face-to-face class has pivoted, and it's 100% online. I decided it's probably the easiest. Instead of doing the classes by Zoom, I would do them 100% online, just on the chance that I do get sick and am unable to teach. But I really don't think I will. I'm going to keep that attitude. I'm not going to get sick, and it's all going to be just fine. But I will have extra knitting time now. I was expecting that my knitting would come to a break on Tuesday night before I go in for surgery on Wednesday morning. My surgery is on hold until the 29th, so now my knitting can I have time to knit. And where I don't have to worry about going to the office and being at school and other things where I have to be out, I have extra knitting time now. So I'm hoping that when I come back and see you guys on Saturday again, that I will have had enough time in my isolation knitting to at least finish the knitting part of Damejakka Loppa. I'm suspecting I'm going to have to order the buttons online because I can't go get them until after the 21st. I did not need this nonsense. Seriously. I don't want to make light of it because it is a serious issue, but I feel perfectly fine. So I'm hoping that when I see you next week, I will have a good chunk of Damejakka Loppa finished. Maybe completely finished. That'd be really cool if I had it 100% done. Oh, that would be so fantastic. And if it's not completely done, I should at least have the second sleeve finished. And hopefully closer to completely finished. I also need to get some work done on my Madeline socks. So if I don't get to those this week, they will be on the list of things to work on next week. So we shall see. So that's my news and update for this week. Isolation knitting, not what I had planned at all. On that note, I shall let you go. I am going to go and forage something for supper and get the editing done and get this video up there for you guys to watch and get back to working on my sleeve. Maybe watch a movie this evening. I'll work on some grading and schoolwork, get some work done tomorrow. I've done enough of that. I've spent enough time on that today. It's knitting time for the evening. Alrighty, I'm rambling now. Cross your fingers that I remain completely symptom-free and that my test in 2 weeks comes out clean. Alrighty, take care everyone, and I will see you next week. Bye.